Hi, this land has mystery. It's been a while, but I don't know. I don't really feel the need to make YouTube videos if I'm not doing anything interesting. And I haven't been doing interesting things for a while. Been working a lot. And been doing a lot of this, a lot of hiking, a lot of cycling. But nothing that rises to the threshold, the arbitrary threshold that I have set for myself to create a YouTube video. So what has been going on? Well, not much with my rig. My plan was to build it out this summer, but I've just been busy with work, and I'm finding that it's not very fun to work all day and then empty everything out of my rig, build it for a couple hours, put everything back in and go to sleep. Not very fun. I've done a few things. Got some tactical seat covers, a tactical visor. Everything's tactical. I did put in some LED headlights. They look really nice. Got this thing, a step that you put in the door so you can access the roof, which is important because the roof is really high on my Sequoia. Never know here in Alaska. It's getting darker at night now because it's August and I'm afraid of the dark. Wanted to talk to you for a minute about cats.
Meow.
When I was a little kid, my family adopted a couple cats and my parents didn't know what to name them. They said the first two names that we hear, we're going to name these new cats. So I think my parents were watching the evening news and they were talking about Frank Zappa, who I think was a singer or some kind of music person. And he had two kids named Moon and Dweezil. And perfect cat names, right? Moon and Dweezil. So those became our family cats. Dweezil lived until I was about 15. Moon went on to be about 19, I think. And like a year before Dweezil died, we adopted another cat, a very tiny kitten named Zappa. We named it Zappa. It all came full circle. And we got that from my grandmother's farm in northern Minnesota. And so we had Moon, Dweezil, and Zappa. My family had other cats too. There was Elwood, Rakesh, Virus. My dad is no longer allowed to name pets. Boxer, I called him the man devil. He was a little devil. My parents have a cat right now named Spider. He's a good little guy. But Moon and Zappa, those were sort of the long-lived cats in my family. Moon lived to be 19, and then Zappa died just a couple of years ago, aged about 21, I think. And I started thinking about this and realized that if you put Moon and Zappa back to back, that's an average of 40 years. And according to actuarial tables and life expectancy in the United States and elsewhere, in other developed countries, I mean, around 80 is the life expectancy. 78, 79, I think, is the life expectancy. So I started thinking, if I adopted a kitten today and it lived Moon's lifespan, and the day it died, I adopted another kitten and it lived Zappa's lifespan, that's the end of my life. I could live to be 112. I could get run over by a garbage truck next week. And then I realized, am I doing it right? And I remember all of Zappa's life and most of Moon's, and that's all I have left, you know? Very weird to think about it like that. Probably only I would think about what time I have left in terms of how long a cat lives, but here we are. You like this better? It looks stupid. It just got me thinking about how time moves very fast. And I'm noticing that as I get older, time moves faster and faster. And I couldn't figure out why that was. I'm sure there are plenty of social scientists and philosophers who have their own opinions on it. Somebody said, one way to make life slow down is to do new things and try things that you haven't done before. And I thought about that, and it makes sense, because part of why life moves so fast as you're getting older, as I'm getting older, I think, is because you become much more set in your ways as you get older. I do. And you have more unbreakable habits, or at least habits that you feel comfortable continuing every day or every week or month. And it's a birdie. So this person, I don't know if it was like Seneca the Elder or just some random guy on Reddit, but said, do new things, try new things, do things you haven't done before, and break out of the cycle, out of the routine. So as I'm kind of formulating my life plans for the next 6 or 9 months, I'm not trying to slow life down necessarily, but that is in the back of my mind about trying new things and doing new things. I'm going to go to the Mediterranean. I don't know exactly which countries just yet, and I'm taking my bike with me. So instead of building out my Sequoia, I've been building out my bike. Kind of the big reason I want to do it, one of the big reasons, is because normally when I travel and I don't have wheels, I'm at the mercy of train schedules and bus schedules going from slightly big city to slightly big city. And I miss out on the small communities and the villages and towns. So by cycling through them, it's going to be a really good way to get to know a place a lot better. Got a crossroads right here. Got to figure this out. Oh. The other thing I have planned that I don't really want to say, I don't really want to tell you this, because there were 2 times I had planned on doing some traveling, and I jinxed it both times, I think, by saying it on this channel. One time I was supposed to go to Spain, and then the other was France, and I made videos about that ahead of time, and both got canceled. So I'm not going to tell you which country I'm going to, but I will tell you that it rhymes with doorway. And I'm going there in the winter for a house sit, but I plan on spending some extra time there, so I might be there for 6 weeks, maybe even longer. One cool thing that I plan on doing there is tracing my family's ancestry, because I am Mr. E. Well, the E, it's not my full last name, just part of it. It's the name of a village in it's the name of a village in a country that rhymes with doorway, where my great-great-grandfather came from in 1882. I just want to see the place. I want to see where the family's fishing wharf blew down in a storm, which left him with no other options when his family died, other than immigrating to the United States. It's a really cool story. Nothing's happened yet. No tickets purchased. I can still chicken out. But you know how when you make goals, they say one of the best ways to make sure you stick to your goals is to tell other people about them? I figure by making a video about this, it's a good way of sort of committing to it, more or less. I'm going to tip my hat up for the sign off here, because I'm about to sign off and tell you that, again, quote of the day, hey man, don't wait around to do cool things. Followed by, I don't know where, but I will see you in the world.